Hi everyone, good morning. It's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. Hope that you've woken up feeling positive and strong and ready for whatever the day holds for you. I got up quite early this morning. I love this season. I'm having my cup of tea this morning, which I hope you're joining me with. I'm all in green today. I just realized I've got a green tea, which is my favorite from Twinings, but there's so many variations. But I've got a nice cup of tea. Hope that you're having a smoothie, juice, coffee, whatever you love. But my tea is my go-to start for the day. So welcome. Thank you again for being here. I do want to say it one more time. I always do. Thanks for joining us. Please tell your friends about 60 and Me. We are getting to be such a wonderfully large and diverse community now, all over the world. We're in 150 countries, and it gives us a perspective, I think, on life that's really fun. When you look at our articles on 60andme.com, there's always a variety of conversation and pieces of information being shared. It's great. I love it. I spend half my evenings just reading your comments. I love them. But I wanted to chat with you today about conversations because it's one thing that I'm a huge fan of. I am a big fan of words. I love words and the power that they have, to transform people and to transform relationships. There's a huge power in the words we choose, the way we use them. And one of our bloggers, Cheryl Nicholson, wrote an article about this power of words, and it really resonated with me. And it occurred to me that when we've asked the question in the past, do you talk to strangers and do you like to just have conversations? Most of you say yes. I think you do gain a little bit of confidence over, 60 plus years, and we do see a confidence in how to approach new situations and to have fun talking to new people. But the one Cheryl talks about is that it's really possible to have a conversation anywhere. Whether you're at a game or a theater, even if you're by yourself at the movies, you can always have a little chat with the person next to you. That we should see conversation as an art and use it to empower our personalities, to show our kindness, to show our consideration. Because sometimes all it takes is a very simple conversation or a few words to get someone feeling better about their day and about their lives. So that's important. And she mentions on cruises, for example, on a train, anywhere that you travel. You can't really do it in your car. I guess you could talk to the person next to you at the stop. But it's those kinds of situations where you're on the road, maybe you're in a new place, but to not be afraid to talk to someone. And I guess the secret here is, according to Cheryl, is to change your mindset about where a conversation will take you. If it's going to take you, if you want it to go deep, you're going to have to ask questions other than how are you or nice weather we're having. You're going to have to work at it and change your mindset for that new experience and make time to value people. Just make time. I always look for friends of mine on Skype, and when I have a second, I'm going to, call them and just say hi. It's that you're changing your mindset about conversation, that it's not just something you do, it's something that gives you power and gives you a relationship. So, and the other half of that talking is listening. So the art of conversation is also about listening truly, not just listening to say your next thing, but to listen and engage. So Cheryl gives some ideas here, and first thing is to always introduce yourself. Even if you know the person sort of, they've probably forgotten your name because you've maybe forgotten theirs. But it's just getting in the habit of saying, hi there, I'm Margaret Manning, and you are, and then just, oh, and you are, whatever, Sheila Jones, nice to meet you. And it's just making it personal. And even if you know that person, but you're not sure they know your name, say, hi there, it's Margaret, how are you? And just slip it in to the introduction. Another thing is to Cheryl mentions is to be creative with the kinds of questions that you ask someone. So if you're in say in a theater or you're in a shop and you say, do you come here often? That's was a closed-ended question. The answer there is yes or no. it doesn't give a person like any kind of entryway into a conversation. But if you say, what brings you here today? Why are you here today? What's your plan here for today? Then someone says, oh, I'm coming to meet my friend and have a coffee, or I'm going to meet my grandson later on today, or oh, I'm just coming to have a look for a new dress. I've got my daughter's wedding coming up. Whatever it is, you give them a chance to open up and to say something about themselves that's more than yes or no. It gives you a chance to share your likes and dislikes, to share your common experience. You learn more about them. It's really, really simple. For example, when you meet people in a social situation related to a career or work, you often say, what kind of work do you do? And that's very easy to answer. Oh, I'm a accountant, or I'm a doctor, or I'm a teacher. This is what I do, black and white. Or you could say, why did you choose the profession that you've chosen? And it then gives them a chance to answer in a way that's meaningful, that's really gets them to think, wow, well, I chose to be a teacher because I really do think that that's the future, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Gives them a chance to have a conversation. And another thing, when you see someone that you know, it's easy to say, hi, how are you doing? Or how are you feeling? Or whatever. But it's always good to ask a question that's open-ended. So let's see, bring me up to speed on what you've been doing the last couple of months. That's always a good one. Or what are you working on this week? What's your project for the week? Have you taken up any new hobbies? Or what new hobbies have you taken up? See, there's a difference to say, what new hobbies, would you have any hobbies, yes or no? What new hobbies have you taken up since we last met? They might say none, but it's still a way of having a chat about something more. And the other thing at a conference or at a meeting is you can always say something like, is there anybody here that you'd like me to introduce you to? Or is there anyone here that you'd like to meet? And then if they say, oh, I'd like to meet so-and-so, oh, I happen to know someone who knows that person. And then you can make an introduction. So those are kinds of little tips that Cheryl gives. I think they're really good for how to have a conversation rather than just have a talk. And the business techniques, I think if you're at a conference where you're trying to start a business, or maybe you're just learning some business skills, ask questions of people. Like, what was your biggest mistake in business? What was the one thing that you'd like to teach someone getting started if you were mentoring someone? What's the thing that you're trying to achieve this year? What's your big goal? And this is a really good question. I like this one. If you had a brand new credit card with $3,000 on it, what would you do with it for your business? But you could also ask that question, actually, just sitting down having coffee. That would be a great topic. I remember actually when my little boys were kids, we used to play as they were getting into like 9 or 10 and wanting to be independent. I would say, okay, pretend that Mommy's going to go away for the weekend, and I'm going to leave you a note, and the note's going to say, hi guys, I have to go away for the weekend, but here's $50 each. And you can spend it any way you like. How would you like to spend it? And I can remember we used to have the greatest conversations about how they would spend their $50, which at the time I think was a lot, but still is. But anyway, it's nice that people know that you're asking them a question that you want to learn. And I think that's super important with business particularly. And according to Sheila, every year she does this. She just picks a few people and asks them, what's one business guideline that you would give me this year? And she said they give the information freely because number one, she thanks them. She applies what they've said or tries to, and then goes back to them with feedback. I think that's really, really a cool way of engaging with people, to let them know not only that you're interested in them and you care what their advice might be, but that you do something with it and that you take advantage of the words that they share based on their experience and their own business ventures. So anyway, I hope that's been useful, and I think that appreciating that everyone you come across in your life is there for a reason, that there's something to learn, something to share, something to give, something to take. And so perhaps today you'll bump into someone that you haven't seen in a while, or let's put a magic spell and say you're going to meet someone new and it's going to be a fascinating meeting. I'll say that's going to happen. I'll wave my magic wand. Anyway, I do hope that this has been a useful conversation. Thanks, Cheryl, for this article. It was very inspiring for me, the lover of words, and I do hope that you can apply it to your life in some way. So thanks again for being here. I appreciate your presence and your words. Leave some of them below when I'm going to ask you the question. You know, what kind of questions do you use to start a conversation? What kind of questions do you use to start a conversation? Leave your thoughts below. We'll have a chat. So please have a wonderful day. Go out and meet somebody fantastic and tell us about it. And I look forward to talking with you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye for now.